Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're tuning in for the first time. So my name is Sharon and I'm here to do an updated China importation video. Okay, I've been doing series of importation videos in the past, but I just felt the need to come on here and do an updated one where I basically just talk about everything you need to know about importation. But you have to bear it in mind that importation is not something that you're going to learn in a day or just learn after watching this video. Okay, so I want to share with you all the basic knowledge because I have been on this journey for about 2 years now, 2 years and more, and I still feel that there are some things that I still haven't learned that I'm still going to learn as time goes on. I did share a video after I did my first importation with you guys. That was like 2 years ago, but that was not like the first time I imported from China. I used to buy things from China before and then have AliExpress ship it directly to Nigeria for me, and then I'll go to my post office to pick it up. But then the process used to take a very long time, and outside that you cannot, bring goods together and have them ship everything as one. So after I discovered a way to like do all of that, I came on here to share a video, and I still feel the need to come on here to do an updated one. So if you feel this is what you're interested in, then you can keep on watching. I wrote everything down in my book, so I feel you would need to go grab a pen and paper now so you can write what you learn, or maybe you can save the video to come back and watch the video again. Okay, so guys, bear in mind that I'm talking from a place of experience. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I have 2 years worth of experience on importation, so give me my files. Okay, so if you want to start importation, the first thing I always ask is, why do you want to start importation? So many people want to start importation because they see A and B doing it and they feel like, okay, importation is something I want to go into. Let me go into it without even having any, idea or plan or anything about the reason they want to do this thing. Trust me, if you go into importation without having any, plan or reason why you want to go into it, you are most likely going to fail. For me, when I started importation, obviously I used to buy things from China before, like personal stuff. I could just see an item on AliExpress then that I just like, and I'll just be like, I want to get this thing, I want to get this stuff, and I would just buy them, and anytime they get to Nigeria, I'll go pick them up. When I started my businesses, there were some tools I wanted to get here that were so difficult getting here, but I could find them on the AliExpress app and the Alibaba app. So that was actually the reason I actually went into importation, because I needed to be able to source for items for my businesses. So many persons go into importation for the purpose of starting a business, and others for just personal needs. They want to buy bags, shoes, clothes for themselves, and basically household materials, and then they feel like they can source for these items from China, right? Irrespective of whatever your reason is valid. If it's for your business, if it's for your personal needs, it is valid. Okay, just know your reason why you want to go into importation. So the reason I'm asking this is so you know what kind of item you are importing, if it's a heavy item or if it's a lightweight item. This will also help you know what kind of shipping method to use in future, because that also matters. Because sometimes if you don't know what kind of item you're shipping in, you don't understand the item in terms of weight, size, and everything, and you don't use the right shipping method, you would end up even spending more than you're supposed to spend buying this item here in Nigeria. That's why knowing your why is very important. Okay, so when I know what I want to go or what I want to shop from China, I know, okay, I want to go there to shop jewelries. I know that jewelries are lightweight items, and then I know, okay, since I'm shopping jewelries, I can ship them to Nigeria using the air cargo, right? Or if I'm going there to buy household items like pots, plates, and stuff, I know that these are heavy items, and I know that, okay, I can't ship them through air because it's going to cost me a lot. So I'll know that, yes, I'm shipping them through sea. So you see what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you also want to know what to avoid if you're going into importation as a business owner. You want to avoid buying just one piece or two piece item. You want to consider buying in bulk, because when I started, I used to buy like maybe just one item or two items, and when the item finally arrived here in Nigeria and I do my calculation, I just realized that I have made a very big mistake, and I would have just gotten the item here, because most times the price here would be cheaper than me importing this item from China. Okay, because when you buy in large quantity, obviously you're going to be getting at the wholesale price compared to when you just buy like a piece of item or just two items, right? And the only time I recommend you buying just one item is when you're buying it for personal use, or you're buying it as a sample to check the quality of the supplier's product, and so if you are going to continue buying from that person. But if you're doing a business and you don't buy in large quantity, you just buy a few to sell and then you go back to buy again, please, importation is not for you. Okay, just find a wholesaler here in Nigeria to source this item from, and when you feel like your business is going to the extent where you have to start buying in large quantity, then you can consider importation, because you'd most likely not make profit. And even if you want to make profit, your price is going to be higher than the actual price these items are sold here in Nigeria, and you obviously not make sales, because people would always want to go for the cheaper option. Okay, now that we know our why and we know the things to avoid, the next thing is you want to know how to source for suppliers and how to source for goods. Okay, so there are different platforms that people use for these things, for sourcing for suppliers and sourcing for goods, and there are only three that I have used in the past, which are AliExpress, Alibaba, and 1688. There's also Pinduoduo, there's also Womata, but I have not used them before, and I don't even think there's any need for me to start to think of learning how to use them. Well, I might use them if there's going to be a need, because I could remember there was a time I said I don't see the need to use 1688 until I discovered there was a need for me to learn how to use 1688. I feel if there's a need for me to learn how to use Womata and Pinduoduo, I'm going to learn in the future, but for now I'm comfortable using 1688. Okay, so there's AliExpress, there's Alibaba, and there's 1688. Okay, so I'm going to talk about just these three apps that I've used in the past, and then compare them, tell you their advantages, their disadvantages, and why I prefer to use the one that I'm using currently. For all the three apps that I've used in the past, the one that I use currently, I have already said it, but I'm going to say it again. The one that I use currently and I totally recommend is 1688 app. Price wise, quality, everything, 1688. Honestly, if you're a business owner, 1688 should be your friend. If you're going into China importation for business, 1688 should be your friend. Okay, you can also use it for personal needs, but there are times where suppliers will tell you that they only have a minimum order quantity, but there are other suppliers that actually sell from one-piece items and above, so you can also use it for your personal needs. Their prices are just the best. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to compare the three of them. So the first one that I started using was AliExpress. So I started using AliExpress when I didn't have any idea about China importation. Then on AliExpress, you can basically just input your card, input your Nigerian address, and you can do your purchase directly on the app, and then they'll ship it down to a post office close to your location, right? And you can just basically go to the post office to go pick it up. For AliExpress, the advantages would be that purchasing on the app is very easy. Okay, just enter your Nigerian card. That was then, okay, that was then before the whole Naira card ban, because now you cannot use your Naira card for international transactions. But then when you can use your Naira card for international transactions, what you just have to do is to input your card details and then also your address, and just buy whatever you want to buy, and they will send it to a post office close to you. But now, since you cannot use a Naira card, but I think there are some banks, I think it said Wema Bank, Wema Bank still supports international transaction, but I am not sure. I haven't even tried because I didn't see any reason to do that research. But I have heard that Wema Bank accepts international transactions. But if your Naira card cannot work, you can obviously get a domiciliary card and then input the information on the app and continue with your purchase. Okay, I have a domiciliary account and a domiciliary card, but I don't use that for my purchase. Okay, so that's for AliExpress. On AliExpress, you can also talk to your supplier and then try to get them to give you their Alipay account where you can send money to. But I don't really do that on the app. It's been a long time I shopped from AliExpress. But the disadvantage of AliExpress is that their price is extremely high, like extremely high. Another advantage of AliExpress is that they can ship directly to you. They have really cheap shipping options. I don't know about now. Like I said, it's been a long time since I last used the app, but then they used to have very affordable shipping option, and they even have free shipping for some items that are lightweight, right? But their prices are extremely high. That's one disadvantage of AliExpress. You can't go to AliExpress to buy items for your business. Trust me, you would most likely not make any profit, or you make very little profit. Or if you want to make a reasonable amount of profit, you have to take the price of your item very high, and your item might be more expensive than the normal average market price here in Nigeria. The prices are very high. I think this is because they have more of retailers on AliExpress, and also because they have more of international customers and they sell in dollars or in your foreign currency. So most times when people sell in foreign currencies, the price tends to be higher compared to when they are selling in their local currency. So moving on to Alibaba. Alibaba was the app I started using when I started this whole importation, where I have to buy from different suppliers and then consolidate them with my shipping agents, and they ship it down to me. So Alibaba, their price is fair compared to AliExpress, and they also sell in dollars, right? And then on Alibaba, I could still like impute my Naira card, but after the whole Naira card saga thing, that was no longer possible. But if you have a domiciliary card, you can also use Alibaba and just basically input your domiciliary card and do your purchase directly on the app. But if you can't, you can basically just talk to the supplier and tell the supplier that you want to make the payments directly to their Alipay, and then they'll give you their Alipay and you can send to your exchanger to help you send their currency to them. And you can also drop your warehouse address and they will ship it to your warehouse address for you. The advantage of Alibaba is that communication is easy because you can communicate with your supplier in English. Price is fairer compared to AliExpress, but the disadvantage is that the price is still expensive because there are more of wholesalers on Alibaba, and also they deal with international customers, so don't expect their prices to be like affordable because they have to exchange currency. So the last app that I'm gonna be talking about, which is the boss of the day, is 1688. 1688. The only disadvantage of the app is that it's in Chinese and you have to do a lot of translation work to be able to use the app. But outside that, I haven't really had any bad experience with the app and I'm so loving the app currently. Okay, 1688, the price is extremely affordable, like extremely affordable, not like extremely affordable, but compared to Alibaba and AliExpress, the price is very fair, and you can see things for as low as 200, 300 naira. But I don't know, now that exchange rate is really high, prices can be higher. It depends on what you're buying and the quality of what you're buying as well. But you can see items that are really affordable, that are also of good quality, right? So buying on 1688 is going to be easy for you if you have a verified Alipay account. When you have a verified Alipay account, all you just have to do is to link the Alipay to your 1688 app. So the Alipay is more like your bank card that you're linking to the app, and then you can buy yen from any exchanger, and then you can just basically do your transaction directly on the 1688 app. This way you can go back to request for refund if you're having issues with the supplier sending out your product or anything, or if you're not even comfortable with the quality of the product, you can go back to request for a refund, and everything is just smooth. See, if you want to enjoy 1688, right, just try your best to have a verified Alipay account, and you can only have a verified Alipay account if you have a valid international ID, like a valid international passport. If you do not have a valid international passport, you can basically get that of a close family member, that of your dad, your mom, your sibling, anybody around that has one that you trust, right? And you can use theirs to open it and then link it to your 1688 app, and you can run transactions smoothly on the 1688 app. I feel like the reason why price on 1688 is quite affordable is because on there they are selling in their local currency, so it's more like their local market. If they are selling their local currency, price will be affordable because they don't have to like exchange to a foreign currency. So I feel that's why the price on there is like quite affordable. Like I said, the only disadvantage is the communication, because you have to do lots of translation back and forth, especially when your supplier doesn't speak English. You have to do lots of translation, translating everything you see. Even when you're doing the purchase directly, you're not communicating with the supplier, you have to do lots of translation to be able to use the app. With time, you're definitely going to get used to it and it's not going to be a big deal anymore. So for baby importers, if you're just starting importation, I would advise that you start with Alibaba, so to kind of like gain experience, and then maybe you can gravitate towards using the 1688. But if you feel like you can just go straight to using 1688, then that's now that we know our why, we know things to avoid, and we know where to source for our products. So now the next thing you want to consider is what applications to have on your phone. So obviously I've mentioned 3, which is the AliExpress, Alibaba, and 1688. Also there's Pindodo and Womata, but like I said, I don't use them, so I don't even have them on my phone. Then the next thing is your translation app, your Google Translation app. Your calculator is going to be your very best friend, because here you're always going to be doing calculations, checking price, comparing, and doing all that thing. Next thing is going to be an Alipay account, and then you can basically set it up using your international passport or that of a close person. Going straight into using 1688, let's assume you do not want to use AliExpress and Alibaba. AliExpress and Alibaba, all you just have to do is to set it up. Like, I don't even think it's difficult setting it up because it's basically in English. All you just have to do is to create an account. But if you want to go straight into using your 1688, obviously you have to have your Alipay, but you can use the app without Alipay, right? So using the app without Alipay means you want to be dealing with the supplier directly. So when you see a product, you have to go to the chat option to chat up with the supplier and do your negotiation. Tell them, this is what I want to buy, this is the quantity I want to buy, this is where I want you to send it to. So if you don't have a verified Alipay account, you can basically deal with the supplier directly. But why I do not recommend that is because of scam. Though I have never been scammed scammed on the app, even when I was dealing with suppliers directly. But you just have to be on the safer side. Hence the reason getting a verified Alipay is very important. So you can basically just do your transaction directly on the app without even having to even chat up with the supplier. Okay, so if you have a verified Alipay, you open your 1688, and there's a place where it just tells you to open the 1688 using the Alipay, using the information you already have on your Alipay. So that way you can just easily link both of them together and you don't have to go through any stress. Now that we have done all of that, the next thing is going to be sourcing for goods. Sourcing for goods is actually very easy. So you can basically source using the text option, where you just basically type in what you want to search, or you can use the photo option, which is basically you just picking a photo from your gallery or snapping the item you want to search for, and it's going to bring out other items that look exactly like that thing that you submitted or that image that you submitted. When you finally check and you see what you want to buy, what you want to do is to watch the video. If there's a live video up there, you can click on play to watch the live video to see the quality, and also go to the review section. Basically just scroll down and you go to the review section, and you basically just see reviews that persons who have gotten this item are dropping. Or you can basically just chat with the supplier and tell them to send you a live video of that item, of that product, if you're not convinced enough. Some suppliers will send to you, while others will not. If you really want to get that item and you could not find another supplier to get it from, you can just basically order one piece to basically see the quality, and then you can go back to buy more in the future. You're sure that that particular item is the item you want to buy. What you just have to do is to add it to your cart, and after adding to your cart, you can basically just directly make the purchase from your cart. Like, it's so easy. I know that it's going to sound complicated the way I'm just saying everything here. That's why I said it's not something you learn just a day. Okay, it's not something you just say, okay, I've watched this video and I've learned. It's going to be a bit of a process, okay? But that's just basically it. Like, nothing really serious. But for a newbie, it's going to sound serious, but actually there's nothing really serious about it. Past all these steps, the next and most important part is the shipping part. I know this is the part that so many of you are so interested in, and now we are finally here to talk about it. So first, I'm going to be linking the shipping company I'm using in the description box. So the reason I don't like mentioning shipping companies or anyone I'm recommending in my video is because I can just easily go back to the description box later to take out that information, right? So the reason is because the first shipping company I was using before, I discovered them when they just basically started business, and their services were so good. And I was so excited at how they handled my shipping, and I came on here to share them and be like, oh, this is the shipping company I am using. But along the line, I started to notice some really crazy experiences about them, and even people who found them through my video, because that video kind of like got a lot of views, and so many persons used them for their delivery. So I started getting complaints that, oh, this is what I noticed and this and that. Even me personally, I was noticing so many things about them, and I just had to take down that information from that video. So I want to be able to still take down the information from this video in the future if I notice anything, without having to delete my video. That's why I'm not mentioning them, but I'm going to be putting them in the description box. Okay, I've been using this shipping company for some time now, and so far they've been reliable, and I so much love their services. So they have a platform where you basically just sign up. When you sign up, there's also a place where you go to see the shipping warehouse to send to your supplier. That's if you're sending your supplier your warehouse information directly. If you want to impute the address on your 1688 app, there's a place where you would see the address to impute for air shipping or sea shipping. They also have numbers on the platform where you can just basically contact them and talk to their representatives. All you just have to do is to set up your account, and when you set up your account, you have your own personal, because the warehouse address is kind of like unique to each individual based off the fact that they are going to add your special phone number and your profile number to the address. So when the item gets to their warehouse, they know that, oh, this item is for Sharon, or this item is for Peace, and this item is for Michael. Okay, so that's how they do it. So each warehouse address is peculiar to each customer they're dealing with. They have a separate address for their sea goods, and they have a separate address for their air goods. So it depends on whatever item you're shipping. It depends on whatever shipping method you want them to use for you. Okay, so after you have gotten the warehouse address, your own warehouse address, you are going to either send it to your supplier. That is, if you are dealing with your supplier via DM, like you're chatting with your supplier, you're going to send this address to your supplier and tell your supplier, this is where I want you to send my goods to. If you're purchasing your item directly on the 1688 app, there's a place where you just impute your address, and whenever you want to make a purchase, you can always use that address and just impute it as your address, and they ship the goods directly to that address. Okay, next you want to know how to fund your Alipay. Funding your Alipay is obviously not a very difficult thing. All you just have to do is to get a trusted RMB exchanger. If you know one, you can basically just send them Naira and they will send you RMB. For me, I'm also an RMB exchanger. If you want me to help you exchange RMB for Naira, that I can help you do and send it directly to your Alipay. Okay, I'm also going to put my WhatsApp number in the description box so you can send me a message if you're interested. And now that you have cash or you have RMB in your Alipay wallet, so you can basically just make your transactions and make your payments and do everything you want to do on the app. So after paying, you are going to ship your goods directly to the warehouse, and when the item gets to the warehouse, like I said, they have a platform where you can basically just track everything. You can see that the warehouse has received this particular goods, and then you can apply for shipping directly. So when you apply for shipping, they have a warehouse in Lagos, they have one in Onitsha, and I think they also have one in Kano. So it depends on your location. You can basically pick the warehouse that is closest to you, and you can ask them to ship it to any of these warehouses. Okay, so that's basically all the information I have now to give. And if you also need any further assistance, okay, and hit me up. I already said I'm going to leave my WhatsApp number in the description box, so we can just basically see how I can help you with setting up any of these things that you're having issues with setting up. Okay, so that's basically all there is for this video. I hope I've been able to cover all that is needed to be covered. If you have any question, you can leave them in the comment section. If it's something I can reply in a text, I'm definitely going to reply. If not, I'll have to compile them and make a video answering all those questions in my next video. Okay, I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Also subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. Thanks for watching and bye.